What's up, everyone? It is King of Miami, and I'm making this setup video for a mobile minutes tracker that I added to the public asset library. So all you have to do is go into your desktop editor. You should already be here. You may have to search it, so you can just type something like minutes right here, and you'll see it is currently the only one. So I'm gonna walk you through how to set this up. It's not that complicated, but you do need to set this up for your world. So we're gonna drag this out into this new world that I have here. You can put it into any existing world as well. Please review scripts, prevent unwanted changes to your world, blah, blah, blah. Click OK. And now you'll see that the asset is spawned in. It is a leaderboard um, that has a script that says broken reference on it. We're going to go ahead and open this script up. And in here is where we have to do a little updates. You don't have to write any code or anything like that, but you do have to change the code. In particular, right here on these two places, I need to update this. I'll do that by the time this video is over. But basically, just in these two spots, our PPV and our leaderboard names, we have to make sure we update that according to our world, so it will work. So we're gonna do that now. I'm curious of why this has, okay, it's not broken reference anymore. That was weird. Okay. And so what we're gonna do first, this is a brand new world, so there's no leaderboards, there's no PPVs, as you can see. So what I'm gonna do first step, we're gonna go to systems. This is where you'll find leaderboards and group variables, so you can create a PPV. So first step is the group variables. You'll notice that we don't have any group variables in here. So we're gonna click this plus sign, and now we can enter the name of this group variable. Let's pretend this is um, a world. I guess we can call it a game world. So I'm just literally gonna call this fun game. You could put a space, you could, however you want to do it, doesn't matter. But exactly how you type this name out, that's exactly how you'll need uh, to type it out. So for example, make sure add to world is toggled on. It is. You could put a description if you want. Um, Group vars. This doesn't matter here, just the name. We're gonna click create. And now take a second here, and now we have a variable group called fun game. So if we go back here, you'll see here it is. You could have 6 different ones. Basically, think of this like kind of like a folder, because you could have ones that already exist in your world, and you can add one specifically just for this, or you can include, if you already had one that was existing, you can add just a variable. So, for example, let's pretend you already had an existing one in your world. Existing group, we'll call it create. Um, like, all right, so now we have 2. So let's pretend an existing group. We are going to go into it. So you got to click in it, and let's pretend we had like, I don't know, highest score was a variable that you might have had. Something else like most wins, depending on what type of world you have. We'll just put wins here. So I'm just kind of give you a breakdown of how would you do this if you already have an existing group and you just want to add it. Um, you could do both. You can create like what I did here. You can create a new variable group, which I did here, called fun game, or you can, if you already have a group that's here and you just want to use this, you can. So let's do that. Let's do both examples. So here in the existing group, I'm going to click this plus sign. And now I make sure this is on number, because you have 2 options, an object and a number. We're going to leave it at number to make this simple and to allow it to reset pretty easily. So here we're going to name this minutes, just like that. You can name it anything else, but exactly how you name it, that's how we need to type it in. So we're going to name it minutes. And then I'm going to do kind of a double example here. You only need to do this in one. But let's pretend I didn't want to touch or whatever anything else, and I wanted to make a brand new one. So like I did here, a fun game, a group variable. So I click on it to go inside of it, and you see it's empty. So I want to make one, and I'm going to call this one mobile minutes. And again, this is a number. And now you click, it will save, update, there we go. All right, so now we're kind of like doing two different branches here. We're doing as if you already have one that you just want to add a variable into a group that you already have, which you can completely do. In this case, I'm calling it minutes. And then in this other case, let's pretend I just wanted to create a brand new group of variables, a new folder of variables, PPVs. And then I did so here. It's called Fun Game. And here I have one that's called Mobile Minutes. All right, so that's step one. We need to create a group variable with the PPV that we're going to use. Step two, leaderboards. So I'm going to go to leaderboards. You can see I don't have any leaderboards created. Even though this leaderboard comes in the asset, this is just like the physical gizmo of the leaderboard that needs to be set up and can be configured to your liking, and we'll walk through that next. But that is not a leaderboard under systems. So under systems, we go to leaderboards, and you see it's empty. We're going to click plus, and we're going to call this track mobile minutes. It's a very long name. Let's just go to, we're just gonna abbreviate and say track mobile. All right, and then here we're gonna leave it descending because we want the player with the most minutes to be at the top. We can reset. So let's pretend you want to do this reset monthly. We can do this. You don't have to do these last two things. You just leave it at never and click create. But I'm going to show you how. We can click monthly, and then it's going to reset monthly, right? But we also need to reset the PPV, because if you do a reset monthly and leave this toggled off, what's going to happen is the leaderboard will go empty, or everyone will go back to zero. But as soon as people come into the world, their PPV was already at, let's say, 2 hours. It's going to go 2 hours and one. So basically, it's going to repopulate the leaderboard with the same data from the past month. So we're going to toggle this on, because we're going to say, I want you to not just reset the leaderboard, but I also want you to reset the persistent variable, or the PPV, player persistent variable, that is attached to this leaderboard. And here it's asking us to select what that persistent variable is. So let's just stick with Fun Game for now. So we're going to Fun Game, and there's only one called Mobile Minutes. All right, so we're going to use this and click create. So now we created a leaderboard right here. It's called Track Mobile. Since we're here, let's go ahead and click on the gizmo. And over here on the right, you see leaderboard. Now we have to select what leaderboard that is in our systems this particular gizmo is attached to. So we're going to click on it. We only have one leaderboard in this world. It's Track Mobile. So now it's connected. So now this will display whatever data we populated our system leaderboard of Track Mobile. You can change this name to whatever. We can do like monthly contest mobile, and that just changes the name here. So that's kind of just for show. So this, you can call it whatever. We'll say monthly mobile minutes. Again, this is just for show. You can call it whatever you like. It doesn't affect the script or anything like that. You can see we have a resetting in 24 days. Over here, we can do number of entries. I like 10, so you can get the most players on this leaderboard. We'll leave it as static. You do have this billboard option, which basically it will just rotate to always look at the player, which I don't think is very useful. So yeah, it always will like rotate towards to look at the player, but I don't think anyone really uses that ever. So we're gonna leave this as static, so it's not turning, it just stays still. I have dark mode, you can have light mode, and then leave this as raw. And then we have the script attached to it. So our pre-setup is good, but now we have to just update the script. So to do this, we go into the script. To open the script, again, you're gonna go here to scripts, and you'll see this mobile minutes tracker script. Click on the three dots, click open an external editor. You should have this connected to VS Code. It will make your life easier. We'll click allow. Anything that I ask, click yes, allow. And now you can look at the code here. I'll have a link to this video here, which is kind of funny. But yeah, okay. Um, so let me update this real quick. This is gonna be on line 23 and on line 24. Okay, so here we have mobile minutes PPV name. And here we have the clothing store and minutes. The clothing store was just an example. As you can see in the instructions here, I say create a leaderboard like mobile minutes. We already did that in the systems. Step two, create a variable group and number PPV like time spent. We did that. We called it fun game is the group variable, and then I think we just did minutes. We'll have to double check. And now we can go ahead and update those two pieces of information here. So for example, the PPV name, we need that variable group name and then the actual PPV that we call it. So let's go back to systems and see what we called it. Variable groups. And we called the variable group fun game. Make sure you spell this exactly how it is. And then mobile minutes with capital M's. So now let's go back to here. So we're gonna change this to fun space game. And then this, and make sure there's a colon there to separate mobile minutes. All right, so now this is updated properly to what we have going on. And now we need to update the name of the leaderboard. So we go back to our systems and let's remember what we called this track mobile, capital T, capital M. So here we're gonna say track mobile, and that's it. And then you're gonna do control save to make sure this is updated. So hold down the control key and then type S or press S, and that will save this. Make sure there's no white dot up here. It will go away. So for example, I type something there. You see this white dot shows up, means there's some changes that have not been saved. And then we're going to hold down control key and then press S, and now it saves and that white dot is gone. So now we have updated this. This is the only place you have to update. Everything else is good. Just to kind of walk you through, basically when player enters world, we're going to, right here on line 73, we're going to check if they're on a mobile device. If they're on a mobile device, we'll go ahead and start tracking the player, which is down here. And basically, we're going to put them in a interval every minute. So it's going to count every minute that they're in the world on a mobile device, and it will update the leaderboard and their PPV accordingly to that. And then I do have some stuff here that if they like go AFK, but right now AFK doesn't really work. AFK means like if they go in coin mode, it will pause them. It will pause counting, and then when they come back from coin mode, it will continue counting their minutes. But through testing, I've found that there's a little, I think there's a Horizon bug that it's not firing correctly when a player on mobile goes into coin mode. It doesn't register that that's happening. So, but the code is here in case that is fixed or updated, so you don't have to add that later. And that's it. We're all set up. You can publish your world, like I'll do here, and show you guys how it works. All right, so I am currently on mobile, and we're just gonna go over here. We are on a mobile device, so this will track, and then if a player is in VR on desktop, it just won't track them. So we'll just wait here for about 60 seconds, or I'll speed that up. So hold on. All right, and here we go. First minute is on the board, so you can see that it works when you're on a mobile device. And then, like I said, right now it's set to reset in 24 days, so monthly it will reset. Let me know if you guys have any questions or want any follow-up videos or anything else. And I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you go take this out of the public asset library, use it in all of your worlds, and look forward to seeing you again. Have a great day. Reminder, make sure to upvote this right here. This little thumbs up guy, give it a good rating, and I'll be happy to add some more things for the community. Just let me know what you guys want. Thank you guys.